Good morning, brothers and sisters. Have you shouted for joy? Is your heart attracted by the Lord? I have shared His name is Jehovah for the last few days. He has the relationship with us from eternity to eternity. We need to walk on the path of Paul. When you read the book of Ephesus, you will see Paul has mentioned the things since ages ago. Not only Paul, but Peter, John, David, Daniel were the same. We need to see the ancients of days dream since eternity. It's so precious. Not only we have united with the Lord in eternity, but we are in love with the ancients of days. Even He gave His heart to us. He knew we would commit sins and failed. Therefore, He has offered Himself first. Peter has mentioned the Lamb has made known to us since the beginning. Brothers and sisters, have you seen God determined to solve all the problems since eternity? What is the problem? All the problem which hinder us to build up the relationship with God. He will dispose all the things which hinder us to come before Him, all the difficulties which hinder us to enjoy the love of the ancients of days. I give thanks to God that the love dream of God has accomplished. This love dream belongs to the ancients of days. I am who I am. This love dream is from eternity to eternity. There is no other love dream. How precious this love dream has accomplished on you and me. Brothers and sisters, I hope we live in this love dream. Let God's love dream be fulfilled in us. We shall be the people who walk in the Lord's will. And the Lord's will is we can enjoy it in Him. May the Lord bless you. Brothers and sisters, the verses I'd like to share with you is in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 2 to 3. And it said, "And calling to him a child, He put him in the midst of them and said, Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." When I read these verses, there's a beautiful picture appeared in my heart. The Lord has called a child to come. As you can see, the Lord liked the child very much, and so is the child. The child stood in the midst of them, and the Lord shared a parable. You could see it was so warm, so intimate and meaningful. The Lord was not a founder, but He was a real friend. Here it mentioned a child who has a simple heart and totally relied to his parents. The child will not have doubts to his parents and was seldom worried, for he believed his parents would protect him. He would get fed when hungry. Brothers and sisters, the Lord has mentioned here we shall turn and become like a child. We shall have the faith like a child. Trust in God, and He will plan and arrange for us. Brothers and sisters, are we trusting Him with a simple heart like a child? On the other hand, a child is humble and honest. He will not be boastful if he can't do it. Instead, he will ask for the help of his parents. Brothers and sisters, we shall not rush to the fourth, but rely on God. To have a simple heart to rely on Him and enjoy the power of and the providence of God. He will surely help us. A humble man is the greatest in the kingdom in heaven, for he admits God is the giver of blessing. He is the one who obtains favor. We are the one who need God the most. Brothers and sisters, hope we can live out a living as a child every day, to stay in Abba's bosom and relied on his mighty arm. I'd like to tell you a story. A little boy has $1 and he asked every shops in the street. He said, "Do you sell God?" The shopkeeper thought he was fooling around. "How we can sell God?" It was getting dark. This little boy came to visit the 29th shop. The shopkeeper was a very kind elderly. He asked this little boy, "Tell me, why do you want to buy God?" The little boy replied, "My name is Anthony. My mom passed away long ago. My uncle raised me up. He's a builder, but he fell off from height and remained unconscious a few days ago. I heard the doctor said only God can help my uncle, so I think God must be a wonderful thing. I have to buy it so my uncle will get well after he took it." This old man was in tears and asked the boy, "How much money do you have?" The boy said, $1. "It's just right, $1. I'll give you a bottle of kisses of God. Your uncle will get well after he drink it." Anthony was so happy. He got this bottle of kisses of God and off he went. He ran and ran, rushed back to the hospital. He shouted loudly in the ward, "Uncle, Uncle, I brought God back and you will get well soon." After a few days, there was a top medical team has arrived in the hospital and has treated his uncle with the most advanced medical technique and equipment. When his uncle has discharged and saw the bill, the medical expenses were astronomical. He was so scared and nearly faint, but the hospital has told him the bill has been settled by an elderly. That elderly was a multi-billionaire. He was the chairman of a multinational corporation. He has retired and settled in this city. He has opened a grocery shop to kill time. The medical team was hired by this elderly to treat this uncle. This uncle was so touched. He went to find this elderly. This elderly has closed the shop and went for vacation. The uncle has received a letter from the elderly. The letter was written as this: "Young man, it is a blessing that you have such a good nephew like Anthony. He took $1 to buy God for saving you. What I'd like to tell you is that it is his simple heart that God has truly saved you." Brothers and sisters, we may not be foolish enough to use money to buy God. But do you know God lives with you every day? He even abides in your heart. What is the problem which He cannot solve? Have you seek God for help at once? Do we have a simple heart like a child to ask for God's blessing? Brothers and sisters, may the Lord bless us to have a simple heart forever.